What's going on, Excel Fanatics? Verdexes here. Today I'm going over an Excel template directly from the Microsoft site. This one is called 10 Tips for Charts. So I already opened it. See if I can learn something new from this. This will be kind of fun to walk through, like I've been doing in my other videos. So 10 tips for charts. Let's go. So tip number 1, press Alt F1 to quickly make a chart. Alt F1. And so you can't just do that. So I didn't read the instructions. So it says click anywhere inside the data, which makes a lot of sense too, because even if you do that for like a pivot table, say if you went to insert pivot, you would need to make sure that the data was selected first, and then it would automatically encompass everything. So that amateur hour. So click anywhere inside the data below from B12 to C16. So that's this whole area here. So all right, let's try that again. Alt F1, and look, yeah, highlighted properly, and I got a nice little column chart here. Press Alt F1 like I just did. Make sure your F lock key is on. If you're using a laptop, try Alt Fn F1. All right, let's try that. So Alt Fn F1. Nothing is happening. Oh look, maybe I'm just screwing that up, but I'll look a little more into that. I'm not sure what that means. So Excel creates a simple chart for you. Yes, look at that. Now change it to another type of chart. On the Design tab, click Change Chart Type, and pick another chart that interests you. So many choices. Look at this. So with the column, so what people might just call a bar chart, I think probably from learning in school, this would be considered, at least from when I went to school, like they would call this a bar chart essentially. But the way it's labeled in Excel, bar charts are going, horizontally, and columns are more vertical. I said that right? Probably. So you'll see here you can kind of choose the different variations here. So this is the one that's already fine. So in a stacked column, if you're trying to fit multiple data sources within one, sometimes that works depending if you're using a whole bunch of different data sources at once. Right now, since this is a pretty simple data set, something like this would be fine. You do have a lot of choices here, but I think the column, let's just stick for that for now. But that is a way you can change that freely. So don't like the defaults. On the Design tab, Design tab only comes up when you have a chart selected, by the way. Change chart type, and then right-click the chart you like better and choose. Oh, see, okay, I didn't know that. So say if I liked pie charts, if I right-click it, or is it up here? Yeah, that's how it is. Right-click up here, and then you can set that as the default chart. So that's cool. So I learned something new today. Anything else? So sometimes you scroll down. Okay, so that's cool. Alt F1 is the shortcut. Tip number 2, select specific columns before creating a chart. I think I said chart. So click and drag to select cells B12. So to B16 from salesperson down to Sally. Press and hold Control and drag to select D12 to D16. Yes. So instead of highlighting the whole thing, like if I just do a drag click here, if I wanted to skip over sales but select multiple columns, hold Control and then drag down. So notice I have these two columns highlighted here. So you'll see like the count increase here, and it'll sum up whatever numbers it can find. But yeah. So now let go of Control, Alt F1. Let's try that again. I'm on a laptop, that's why this is kind of confusing me, this Alt Fn F1 thing. But I'm just doing Alt F1 and this is popping up, so I think this is working fine. So we see another chart here, so that works. So it's skipped over the sales, it's just giving the commission here. So Excel creates a chart based only on the salesperson and commission columns. It excluded the sales column from the chart. Right. Yeah, you can even see when you're selecting the chart what it's highlighting. So let me just scroll down, make sure I'm not missing anything. Cool, simple enough. Okay, I'm going to stop here at this point, but I'm going to continue going through this. It's pretty interesting, and I think this is actually very helpful for a lot of people in the business world to know this. And even if you're not familiar with charts, this I think is a good intro as well. So thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time.